Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to put the Tesla roof rack, and this is a genuine Tesla roof rack onto a Tesla Model 3. One thing I would like to say is if you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe or add a like and join us. We will be showing you lots of electric cars and also hints and tips on things you can do with them or even put on them. So in addition to the instructions which I have here, I also need my glasses, because if you look at that, the writing on them is very, very small, and I think the one I showed you was probably in German as well, but there are English instructions, so I'll need my glasses. And what I've also need today is a small screwdriver, which will just help me pull away the seals. One thing I do want to say as well is please, we accept no liability for if you follow these instructions. Please do follow the instructions in the manual and don't try this at home. What you have to do is stick these stickers on, and you can see here I've already put it on. Before you put them on, you've got to make sure it's nice and clean, because what I've done is I've left these on, so you stick them on, they stay on forever. They're pretty invisible. The only thing you can see is the arrow there. Now, to locate these, in the instructions it does say exactly where it is in terms of the location here, but if you look really close, you can see a little arrow there on the glass, so you know that you've got it located in the right place. It is very, very faint, so you will need to look very, very closely to find it. So what I'm going to show you here is this needs to peel back, and you can just see, if you just get a little closer, Tom, there we go, you can just see that comes up there like that. Now what we have to do is just get that in, if you can get really close, Tom, there we go, just that in, so that goes in, and you can see it just starting to peel up the thing there. Now if I just use the screwdriver, as I said, this can be quite difficult to do, but what we shall do is just, there we go. Now I'm going to try and do this so you can still see it, which is very difficult with your left hand, but there we go. You just see that, so that just goes under there and then in there like that. So what we've now got is the seal there just pulled away, so that we're able to get the connector underneath. Now again, I'll try and do this with my left hand so that you can see quite clearly, but if we pull that up, that just slots underneath there like that, and in line with the arrow, and then your connector comes away. There we go, and that's in there quite carefully. Now one thing to be sure of is that it's lined up with the arrows, and also that it clicks underneath. There's a piece under the glass here which it mates with, which stops us putting too much pressure on the glass once we complete it. So we've got these fixing pieces in place, and then the rubber's gone. Now they've been very, very good in terms of very simple arrow configuration, and then a wheel to show you exactly where this goes, and it just slots very nicely over the top there, and you know you've got it in the right place and got the right one, because it sits very nicely on top of that sticker that we've stuck to the car. And all I need to do now is quickly whiz round and do them in all four corners. Put all four of these plastic seating pieces on all four corners now. It does, pulling the strip away does take a little bit of getting used to, but the more and more you do it, the more flexible it gets, and the more you'll get used to it. And I can do it now probably in a couple of minutes, getting these in place. For the next bit, I'm going to need some help, because I need someone the other side of the car. So Tom's on the camera, so I'm going to need someone else to help. So this is Kath, who's going to help me put the roof bars on. So I just need you standing there if you could. Now, it'll be quite obvious which one's which, because the front one is much bigger than the back one. But they do helpfully have front and back written on them when you first get them. So it is quite easy to see which one is which. Brilliant, thank you very much. So for this next bit, you've got these nuts, and they just slip on here like that. And just to start with, just do them finger tight, and then what we'll do is we'll go round and put all 4 of those. Now, for tightening these up, this is a critical part of the operation. What the instructions do is they tell you this should be 5 to 6 Newton meters. So what I would advise you to do is that you get a proper torque wrench, so that you can work out exactly what that is. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is have the Allen key in this position so that I can't over tighten it, and you can feel that it's quite tight, and you've got to be very careful here because you can damage the glass. And I do have a friend who managed to shatter the rear glass of his Model 3. So you need to be, 1, it needs to be in the right place, and 2, you can't over tighten this. And what they give you as well, to make sure that it doesn't move in transit, you've got this key which just goes in there, turns once round, and now that's locked in place, so that's not going to move. And you just line up the little line there with the little indent there. Once you've lined that up, you can lock it, and it, as I said, it locks in place. And we have to do that for all 4. We've got all these tightened 5 to 6 Newton meters. We've locked them all in place. We've double checked that that's not going anywhere, and then we just slot these on, and they should just clip into place. Might take a little bit of jiggling. There we go. And they just clip into place, and that gives it just your nice finish. And we'll just clip all of those into place. So there we are. We've clipped all these final bits back into place, and that's fairly sturdy now for your roof box or your kayak or whatever you're going to put on it. You'll see from the video it sits quite far forward on the car, but that's normal. That's in the right place, and I think it does look quite stylish though.